Hammer Jam is finally back in Clash of Clans, and in today's video, I'm gonna tell you how you can make the most out of Hammer Jam. I'm also going to be going over the Hammer Jam offers, as well as telling you guys how to balance the prep for Town Hall 16 and Hammer Jam. Now, first things first, where do we get the most value out of Hammer Jam? Since we're only getting a 50% reduction on resources, the best value is where there is a lot of resources being spent. Now, there's two main bottlenecks to Clash of Clans: resources and time. When it comes to buildings, the bottleneck is time, because all buildings take a specific amount of time. It's something that we can't affect, and the upgrades at a higher town hall level are extremely long. This is why we rush to the later town hall levels to get better use out of our magic items and to combat this bottleneck, which is time. The other bottleneck is resources, and although everything costs a little bit of resources, there's one thing in particular that costs the most resources, and that thing is walls. And the crazy thing about walls is that even though it costs resources, it costs no time at all. What this effectively means is that there's no limit to the amount of times that you can apply Hammer Jam to walls, even though there is a limit to the amount of times you can apply Hammer Jam to buildings, simply because there's a time component to those. This means that you should measure your success in Hammer Jam based on how many walls you were able to upgrade during the event. But here's the thing, it actually gets a little bit better than this. For those of you with the gold pass, you also get a 20% building reduction. And this isn't an additive reduction, so you don't get 70% total, but you do get half of that added on with Hammer Jam. So in total, you have a 60% reduction when it comes to all resource costs. This means that although Hammer Jam is lasting for an entirety of 2 weeks, it is going to be specifically important in the next 2 days for Gold Pass players to completely capitalize on Hammer Jam and get the most out of the 60% reduction. It also means that when the next season drops and the new Gold Pass comes out, you really want to get to those higher level reductions as soon as possible so that it can apply to Hammer Jam as well. And Gold Pass players use this opportunity to absolutely smash those walls when the season bank finally does come out. Now, what about wall rings? Do they apply here, and should you be using them during this event? Now, I've noticed in the past that Gold Pass reductions do not work on the wall rings to make them more efficient, and unfortunately the same is true for Hammer Jam. Wall rings are always going to cost 1 million gold and elixir. For any players with wall rings or looking for guidance to use wall rings, honestly, you should just use them whenever you want to use them. As long as your walls cost at least 1 million gold or elixir, you will be using them efficiently. However, this next thing is something that does matter though, and that thing is the order that you do your wall upgrades in. If you have multiple wall levels to do on many of your walls, should you be doing all of the lower levels first and then moving on, or should you be maxing each wall piece before moving on to the next one? Now, because the reduction is a standard percentage, we actually want to get to the more expensive upgrades faster, because that'll allow us to save more resources in the long run. Thus, it's better for you to max each wall piece for that town hall level before moving on to the next one. This will allow you to get the maximum reduction. But what if you have no walls left, or you're almost done with the walls at your town hall level? Well, then you need to go to the next town hall level. Hammer Jam is an extremely rare event, and it is 100% worth it for you to go to the next town hall level to capitalize on it. Think about it, you could be saving yourself millions of resources, and even if that isn't attractive enough, you could be saving yourself hours of farming time by simply going to the next town hall level and starting early on your walls. So it's definitely something that's worth it. Now, for those of you that are spenders, are the Hammer Jam offers worth it, and should you buy any? Generally, we like offers that give you books for less than $5 or at that rate, and to be honest, when we look at the Hammer Jam deals, not a lot of these offers are that good, especially when we compare them to the Black Friday deals. Personally, I would stay away from these offers unless you have money to throw at the game. Now, recently I just put out a video talking about the best ways to prepare for Town Hall 16, and some of you might be wondering, now that the Hammer Jam reductions are out, does this clash with the preparation for Town Hall 16? If you solely focus on walls for Hammer Jam and then use the buildings as extras, you should be able to save your magic items as well, and this will allow you to both make the most out of Hammer Jam as well as prep for Town Hall 16 properly. That being said, if you don't know how to prep for Town Hall 16, you're probably really confused right now. That's why you need to watch this video right here so you can smash that update when it drops.